Well, it's only 2 weeks until Halloween, and this year, with all of the different restrictions in place due to the global health situation, Halloween's been a little bit difficult to sort of enjoy this year. Many things aren't opening, and things that are opening are reduced capacity or completely changed experiences. That's one of the things I'm going to be taking advantage of today when I go out to Becker Farms to check out their new Haunted Forest drive-through attraction, which will replace their traditional Haunted Hayride. Now, the event is described as a detour on Quaker Road where things are happening in the forest that goes around Becker Farms. What I like is that they've geared this for ages 7 and up, so it shouldn't be too scary, and all members of the family should be able to enjoy it. They also have the garden market and the brewing company open until 10, so you can get your donuts and baked goods and stuff like that, so it should be a really fun night. Now, here are some of the details about the event itself. You do have to buy tickets in advance, and they are time sensitive, meaning you have to make a reservation. I'll talk about that here in a second. It is a rain or shine event, no refunds, and obviously you will be driving your own vehicle through the woods. They ask for no headlights, but I also understand that they will allow you the option to drive with headlights, so we'll see what happens. There's a strict speed limit of 2 miles per hour with your foot hovering the brake. They ask you not to stop, so no scenes really going to take place where you have to stop. It's just sort of a continual movement. Do not exit your vehicle. Don't touch the displays or the scare actors, so there are going to be actors out in the different displays. No open air vehicles, ATVs, you get it. So, should be pretty good. A lot of fun. Your tickets should go on the Becker Farms website, select your date, and then click this blue RSVP section, which will then take you to this landing page where you'll go to register now once you verify the dates. You'll see all the different times. This one shows a 7 o'clock arrival. There's also 7:15, 7:30. You get the idea. It shows that it's $40 and it includes up to 8 guests. And just to be clear, that is $40 per car, up to 8 people, so it may seem expensive, but when you break it down, it is a pretty good value for families, especially if you have a family of 5 or 6, or even the maximum of 8, you're going to be paying somewhere in that sweet spot of between, $8 to $10, or maybe less, per person. Is it any fun? Does it translate inside your car versus being outside in the hayride? Let's find out. Made it safely to Becker Farms. Tickets scanned. We're in line. They reminded me to tune the radio to 92.1. It's all part of the event, so no more talking. Let's enjoy the event.
Kaylee, help us find Jensen. He's scared we can't find him. He was supposed to take the detour into the woods.
Attention civilians of Gasport, New York.
Can you hear me?
Have a seat. And they have been last seen around the Becker Farms area and the woodland areas around
We're
us.
looking for Jensen.
Please take the detour around the farm for your own safety and your families.
Christopher, Kaylee. Cam, help us find Jensen. Jensen. Paige, help us find her. Bring Debbie and Serena. Come and Serena, can you hear me? Help us look for Jensen. Help us look for Jensen in the woods. He's missing. Bring Debbie and Paige, Serena. We can all stay together.
Safety and your families.
James, we've been waiting for you. Everything's fine, James. Come into the woods. Tanya.
Bodies of those I've buried over the years. Why,
Tanya.
some were even dead when I buried them. Others were the
They have a mass
undead.
scene around the Becker Farms area. And
Tanya, can you hear me? Tanya, can you hear me?
around the farm for your own safety and your families.
Tanya followed the detour into the woods. Look for a truck full of kids. Can you hear me?
You were still hungry.
Nicole.
We have eye of newt, wing of bat, and wart of toad. What will it be for you?
Toad.
Ooh, I spy a toady. Come back, little toady. Let me pick the warts off of you.
Tanya.
I remember when you were little. There were so many things that you were so afraid of. What a little crybaby. I'll find you in your dreams and conjure up some new things to be afraid of.
Tanya. Bring Nicole and Jen into the woods. Stay straight on the detour. Follow the trouble of kids and Lori brought. Tanya, follow that truck. Stay straight on the detour. Bring Nicole and Jen. They can help you look. They can help you look for me. We've been sitting for you.
Please don't leave me here. Please take me with
Please take the detour around the farm for your own safety and your families.
Don't worry about a thing, Olivia. We found that truck with kids. Come into the woods. Bring Tyler and Aaron. Bring Tyler and Aaron, Olivia.
Alright, so I'm back home from Becker Farms Haunted Forest, and what did I think? I'm surprised. I thought it was actually pretty good. I didn't expect it to be anything really that, spooky or even really that sort of noteworthy, but they had some really good props out there. Some animatronics that were talking and moving and doing things. They had some actors out there that really, a couple times got me with a couple jump scares. I was looking out my driver's side window and someone came up on the passenger side that I didn't even see. So that was pretty great. I think that it had a nice sort of movement to everything, and adding in the radio station, I think, was the creepiest part of it all. As you heard throughout the video, all these sort of, calls out to different people to bring these kids into the woods and to do all sort of different things. I think it really added a nice element, especially as you got into the forest a little bit more and you sort of heard, people screaming and dealing with sort of, something terrible going on. I think it really, added an extra level and layer that was really needed. They did let me keep the headlights on. They told me, you can do either or. And I did turn them off at one point just to take a look. And you really needed the headlights on. You really couldn't see much. So I think that would be something maybe if they were to do this again next year, add a little bit more, ambient lighting to things. Get some uplighting into the trees, with some blues or purples or greens or stuff like that, reds, to really sort of, create a certain atmosphere. Would have liked to have seen maybe a little bit of fog as well too at different times. You're driving through, it would have hit the headlights nicely too as well. But again, these are all the sort of minor details, that I, just from haunts, right? I also think at times there could have been a few more, audio things. In the beginning they had that great scene where you had, get off my property. It would have been cool if they had someone with a gun or something shooting off some warning shots. Or even, some garbage cans just banging on there to really, get you a little jump here and there. You didn't need anything super fancy, but, just some simple things, like I said, banging on a garbage can, just to add a little bit more tension in there. Now, they say that it's for ages 7 and up, and I think that's about right. Not every 7-year-old or older would like that. I have a niece who fits into that age group, being 7 and up, and I think that she would have enjoyed it, but I also think the radio in the beginning would have been scary for her. I could almost imagine her saying, we either have to leave, I don't want to go in the woods because I'm too scary, or the opposite, we need to get into the woods and save the kids, what's going on? So I really think that would have related to someone of her age and, older. Teenagers, you never know what they're like, but I think that they could enjoy it because it does have some good production values. And I think for a family, with parents and children, I think it was a really fun event. It's not overly scary, but it's not too silly and goofy either that it's just sort of, not even, spooky at all. I think it found a nice middle ground. Wish it was a little bit longer. I think it only took me about 6 or 7 minutes to drive through. But again, considering everything that we had to go through this year, considering all of the things that are closed, I'm so grateful and happy to be able to do anything. It translates well. It was nice. It was fun. They did a nice job keeping the cars separated. They wanted 5 car lines in between, so they did have a staff member in the beginning that sort of set when you went in the very beginning, so you had to keep that distance. So it's nice. I didn't have anyone's lights from behind me or tail lights in front of me really blocking me, so I really got to enjoy it. And lastly, here are all the details in case you yourself want to go out to Becker Farms to experience the haunted forest. Of course, the location is Becker Farms, which is in Gasport, New York, in Niagara County. The event runs weekends, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays from 7 p.m. until 11 p.m., and it's $40 per car. Yes, $40 per car, not per person, and that $40 per car allows you to bring up to 8 people in your vehicle. They have all sorts of foods and beverages for purchase, including once you get there, there's a stand out there that's selling kettle corn. I believe it was $8 for the bag. Of course, you don't have to purchase it, but it, does make for a nice treat in case you are going to be in line for a little bit waiting. Afterwards, there's pies and cookies and donuts and beverages that you can purchase as well. After I do it from today, and hopefully, I'll find some other things to do to enjoy Halloween before it's too late. So have a great one and be safe out there.